All right, how's everyone doing today? We are going to jump in today and dive in, but before we do, got the new tag NWO style shirt on. So if you're old school, if you're a wrestling fan like me, the old school NWO logo, these are on the store, on my Bonfire store, so you can check it out. I put the link down in the description here. So check that out, get your own. There's a few other shirts on there, so help me out. Support tag and get some sweet merchandise as well. A bunch of different t-shirts on there. So you can check that out. And then like, subscribe, follow, however you're watching this. Help me out. Help spread the word. Help other people become athletes for life as well as yourself by sharing this and following along and subscribing. But let's jump right in today. And I want to do a little story today, kind of about my life and why I like coaching and why and how I got to this journey, where I am today, how I became the person I am today, and why I enjoy helping people, helping youth athletes, helping former athletes, helping adults, helping really anyone who is looking to improve their life, build the best version of themselves, and become an athlete for life through training, nutrition, sleep, habits. And that's what we'll talk about today. Obviously, I like coaching and running a training business because I get to train. It's part of my job now. I get to lift and sprint and jump and throw and all that fun stuff. That's part of the job. I get to wear t-shirts and sweatpants and shorts as part of my job. I don't have to wear a suit and tie like I used to when I worked in sales at a YMCA. I know that sounds ridiculous. You have to wear shirts and ties at a YMCA, which was dumb. But that's a whole other story. Don't have to dress up. Don't have to wear all that stuff. I can wear what I want. I can be comfortable. I can be relaxed. Yeah, those are fun reasons. Those are good reasons why I like doing what I am doing. I get to be my own boss. That's another reason. But honestly, it comes down to helping people. I enjoy helping people. I enjoy seeing others succeed. Yes, I like seeing myself succeed because if I succeed, that means people around me succeed. I can help more people better if I'm taking care of myself. And that's where it all starts. But a big reason of why I enjoy doing this and why I'm doing this is to help people and how I became to helping people. And it all goes back to being an athlete growing up. I was a very active kid. I played all the sports, football, baseball, even soccer at a time, basketball a lot. So mainly football, baseball, and basketball were my big three. And then I played soccer before because I didn't want to do flag football with full pads because I thought that was stupid, which we had to do here in River Falls. We had to do flag football in full pads until seventh grade. That's when we started tackling, which is honestly probably a good thing with development of brains and stuff like that, and just teaching skills. But now they have like flag football, which is actual flag football where you don't have to wear pads, which is sweet. I wish I would have had that when I was a kid, but that's a whole other story. But yeah, I played all those sports. I was a pretty good athlete. I mean, I was not spectacular, and that's kind of leads to the journey of I was always one of the best athletes in my class, in my grade, growing up, and then into high school, through middle school, and then into high school playing football, baseball, basketball. Stopped playing basketball sophomore year, but yeah, then I was never like outstanding, like out of this world, like the freaks you see. You'll see freak athletes. And we never really had a lot of them here in River Falls. We've had a few going to do big things in Major League Baseball and stuff, but yeah, I was never the freak athlete. I was always the guy who worked hard and did his best and always showed up to practice, played hurt, all these things. And it really was that kind of thing where I was never the greatest athlete ever. I always had dreams of, like every kid, we wanted to play Major League Baseball or in the NFL or whatnot. But you finally get there and you realize that's not realistic when you're not the greatest athlete, because you have to be the best. And that's why I enjoy helping athletes, because I never had like what I am today, a coach, a fitness or a training, nutrition habits, that type of thing. Never had that growing up. Yeah, we had training in high school, but it was not any good. It was just run by football coaches and people like that who didn't really know anything about it, but the way they were taught, and just um, some random lifts and no real sprinting, or it's just the old school conditioning, all that stuff. And yeah, and anything really can help an athlete, a middle school, high school athlete get better. It doesn't take that much to get them stronger. Despite what all these outstanding training facilities say, it doesn't take anything to get stronger. Just have them lift consistently, eat more, sleep more. Uh, but yeah, I was, like I said, I was never the best. I was always the work hard, the hardworking workhorse type person, kid, and built on that, and get into the junior, senior year. Baseball really started to become my favorite sport and what I wanted to do going into college. And junior year, broke my thumb, so the injuries started to happen. Kind of not like the the soft tissue injuries. Never had a ton of that. I had a few things in football and stuff like that, but that comes and goes. But the real injuries, yeah, started in football actually with dislocated shoulder sophomore year. Then junior year of baseball, broken thumb, like I said, blocking a ball, just hit off the thumb wrong, broke it, caught the next inning with the thumb probably the size of this microphone here. Probably one of the most painful things I've ever done was catching that next inning, doing it. I just remember going in the dugout after that, being in tears because I knew something was wrong and I was not able to do it. So there goes my junior year. That was probably the second or third game, I think it was, something like that. And then, so yeah, got better. Didn't do much. I was able to start throwing again, but not having that a coach or someone like that to tell me or lead me along, and back then listening to doctors and having them or like the athletic trainers at the school tell you, oh, you don't do anything, you got a broken thumb, you can't do anything, you're in a cast. When that's the worst thing you could tell someone, an athlete, a kid, anyone who's hurt, that you're not able to do anything, you got to just sit down and do nothing. So of course I was young and naive and listened to them and didn't do anything. Had the no, I didn't have. I just had a cast. I can't remember. The thumb was, yeah, it was like dislocated and broken. So I didn't need any pins or anything for that. But again, didn't get to do anything. They tell you not to do anything. So then, yeah, you get out of shape. You get your aerobic conditioning's down. Your strength goes down. So I didn't do anything. I didn't really do anything. I didn't do any lifting or running or any lower body work or right side work. So that's where I wish I would have had someone like me back then, because there's always something you can do. Even if you're injured, even if you're banged up, broken thumb, you can still use your other arm. You can still use your legs, your back, your hips, all that stuff. You can work basically everything. You can modify things like that. So yeah, I was out of shape. Kind of then. I think I got to play a little bit of Legion that year. Can't really remember. But Legion that year, that summer, back in football, coming into senior year. No, nothing really there, but yeah, football was fun. I love football, but we were on a stupid offense. We didn't use our talent that we had. We should have been a lot better with the talent we had. But yeah, then football's done. Boom, going into winter, getting ready for baseball. Baseball starts that spring, and I don't know, it was early in the season. Hit a line drive off the pitcher down at Chippewa Falls. Right back up the middle off his leg, bounces over to first base. I'm running down to first base, trying to get safe, and I know I'm going to be out, so I just I slow up, knowing the pitcher got the ball. It's going to tag me, and he decks me. I land, brace my landing, snap my wrist. So, boom, there goes senior year. I had, like I said, aspirations of playing college baseball, even though, yeah, I wasn't going to be D1 or anything like that. Wanted to go. My goal was to play at Stevens Point, D3, very good D3. But yeah, then senior year is over. So then basically missed all of I did a little bit of Legion. I think I did some pitching and stuff like that because I was in a cast for 8 weeks or whatever it was. Had pins in the wrist. But I was actually doing stuff then. I wasn't, yeah, I didn't do any like super hard training or anything like that because I didn't know any better back then. I didn't have someone like me, like I said. Um, but I was throwing. I was doing the old Jim Abbott where you put the glove on, where the left-handed thrower's glove on your right hand, play catch, put that on my cast, and then throw, that type of thing. So I got a little bit of that, but then yeah, just another injury kind of threw everything off plan, off kilter. But that's what life's about. You learn as you grow, adversity, struggle, things get thrown at you, and nothing's ever going to be perfect. Life's not fair. That whole thing. So, but yeah, then yeah, did ended up going to Stevens Point. First time catching was in tryouts there. We had 1 day of tryouts, which was really dumb. But again, yeah, didn't end up making the team. Um, then went to Stout, transferred to Stout the next year. Tried to play there, didn't make the team. So basically, the end of my competitive, like collegiate dreams of playing baseball or whatever. But yeah, I wasn't good enough. Basically, this is the thing. I mean, I think I was good enough. But yeah, you don't. I can't control everything, and that's the thing you learn through life. You can't control although everything. You can't control coaches and what their decisions are. You can just put your best effort forward, and you know if you did that, if you're good enough with that, that's what you live with. You can live with that. And I was good enough with the effort I put forth. I did good in tryouts when I got opportunities, but I wasn't recruited or anything like that. Even though it was D3, and knowing that I was better than most of the people on the team, but hey, what that happens. I was never going to be in the major leagues anyway. So you learn to live with that, and then yeah, that builds on to college, and then in college, that sports career kind of ends, and then I fall into the partying aspect and become a fat lazy turd because I'm eating and drinking and staying up all night. But I got into training too, which was a good thing. But the whole philosophy on how I did it was not a good thing. Staying up till 3 a.m., getting up at 6 a.m. to go to the gym to work out, building some muscle, yes, but building that beer belly, the fat double chin, all that stuff, feeling like garbage, having no energy, just crushing my testosterone, things like that. You don't realize you're doing because you're young and stupid and making all these dumb mistakes and decisions and choices. And that's another thing, that everything we do is a choice. Making dumb choices, and that's part of growing up. Is you make mistakes, you make stupid choices, and you learn from them. And you can kind of pick some good things out of it. Like I said, starting to enjoy training and lifting and doing those things, I enjoyed that. Like I said, but even though I was doing it completely wrong, doing stupid training, but that's part of the learning process, is beating yourself up through training and doing it on 3, 4, 5 hours of sleep every night. That's not a good thing either. And the diet of macaroni, hams, ramen noodles, and frozen pizza. That's not a way to go either. That's a way to put on weight, but it's not going to be good weight. So that's kind of that. Then yeah, you build that journey to becoming a fat turd in college, as I did, and even after college, and then finally realizing, oh, you step on the scale, it says 196 pounds at 5'8", and it's not a good 196 pounds. You have the double chin, you have the belly, the flab, the back flab, the butt's bigger, legs are big. Just not looking good and not feeling good. Having energy. You start a job and you're still getting up early, training, and you're falling asleep. You have no energy throughout the day, midday doze off and that type of stuff. And you just feel like garbage all the time. And that's when it really thinks, oh, I got to finally start getting healthy. I need to change my life, change my habits. And it was slowly and surely started making good decisions. Kind of did it all on my own, that whole stubbornness, looking up different things, all these different diets, everything out there. There's so much crap out there. Even now, there's more because the internet is even more easy access than it was 10, 12 years ago when I was doing it. But tried everything, different diets, different supplements, all these different quick fixes, bodybuilding.com workouts, all this stupid stuff that you, like I say, you learn, you grow, you make stupid decisions, you learn from them. But I lost a lot of weight. I went from like 196 down to, I remember one time I was probably like 138, 140, somewhere in that low range, just pretty lean, really lean, probably easily single digits in body fat, but I was still not healthy. I was still training like an idiot, doing all these high intensity interval stuff that wasn't actually high intensity interval stuff that I learned in the later years. Going balls to the wall, kind of that CrossFit mentality. I wasn't doing CrossFit. I was just doing like hard balls to the wall workout like every day, and just beating yourself up. Still not sleeping, eating a lot better, but going to eating too restrictive. Not allowing my eating too few calories. Not feeling myself enough, and ended up crushing my testosterone again. Yes, I was lean. I looked good, but I didn't feel great, and my markers were not great. So once I finally learned about getting blood tests done and things like that, I realized my testosterone. My testosterone was at, I think it was 37, which is like, I don't even know if that's an old man. I think old men probably have better testosterone than that. But normal testosterone is typically around, like, there's different ones, but 200 to 900 or something like that. Which was super, super low. So I figured, man, I got to do something about this. I got to figure this out. And that's when I really started taking nutrition and sleep more seriously and building on that. And finally started working with coaches, different coaches in nutrition, training, stuff like that, and just hiring them to help me, because I was finally realized that I was not able to do it alone. And that's the thing. It's working with people like that that help motivate and drive and lead me. And thinking back on all the coaches that I've had throughout the years, from little league to high school, they set good examples. I mean, some of them didn't have the greatest like philosophies in coaching, but they were good people and they help you out, and you learn life lessons that way. And then hiring coaches for training, through fitness, through business, that help you out, and knowing that you're not able to do everything on your own. You're not self-made, and that type of thing. And yes, learn a lot from my parents and stuff, but they didn't know, even growing up, not eating the best, because obviously they didn't know what we know now with food and stuff and diets and all that stuff change. And one day this is good, one day that's good. But again, it's learning and growing through these mistakes, and working jobs that I hated. Sitting behind a desk after college, I was in sales and marketing for 6 or 7 years. From working at sales at a YMCA, which was an awful job. Found out how YMCA's run, and they're not run well. They're not in it for the right reasons. At least the one I was at, though, they didn't what a YMCA should be trying to do. They did sales and a bunch of random jobs and Anderson Windows, and then I got into like sales and marketing, commercial roofing sales and flooring sales, and then back to the commercial roofing, and just finally got laid off from that job, which was the best thing that ever happened to me in the business. Now looking back at it, because I hated it. I hated the people. I hated the toxicity of the workplace. Sitting behind a desk was boring. That Groundhog's Day where you're just going in doing the same damn thing every day was really boring. Driving an hour to work, falling asleep on the way home from work almost half the time, in rush hour traffic into Minneapolis, which, yeah, don't care for that. Don't care for the city life at all. But yeah, it all led me to working, getting laid off and starting an internship, and working with kids, doing training at ETS. Yeah, I don't think they're great at anything, as far as they don't really take. I was not the handpicked person there. I was thankful that the guy that ran it at the time gave me the opportunity. He was a good dude, and helped me a lot. But the whole thing around it, the rest of it, was nothing great for me, because I was not a college athlete or a former pro athlete. I was a 28, 29-year-old intern. Uh, but I knew more than most of these people. I worked harder than most of the people there, but never got the opportunity to go on. And then, but while the time there, 6 months I was interning there, learned to love that I love helping kids and working with people and helping people. So there, I went to get my certification, got certified personal training, went on to a community center, and then started tag in 2019, right before COVID. So great timing there as everything. But like I said, nothing in life is perfect. There's no perfect time to do anything, start anything. So I was just kind of the person at that time. I was just like, screw it. I'm just going to do what I want, make it happen, rather than live with the regret of what if. So yeah, learn to like to work with kids, learn to like to help people through these different jobs, different positions, and realize that I never had this because I was never the ultimate athlete. I never had a great training program or anything like that to help me. We didn't have the best programs. My class and the class before me, I feel were like the two classes that kind of started building River Falls to the athletics that they are now, where they're a lot better at all the sports, or most sports anyway. But we did a good job in building on that. I think we were kind of a foundation, laying that foundation to getting it started to where it is now, because we had a lot of good athletes in the class that graduated before me and the class and my class. So I think we set that foundation and helped build where it is today and where it's going. But I believe that athletes should have access to good quality coaching on the field and off the field in the training because there's so much more to it. And I never knew that. And I wish I would have known that. I think everyone kind of looks back and what you know now would help what you wish you would have known back then growing up, because I went from a good athlete, but I didn't have anything off the field to help me. I didn't have the training, didn't have the nutrition or sleep or habit stuff to know that's going to help you just as much as, if not more, than just practicing your sport all the time. And that, even to see that today with kids doing club sports all the time, they're playing year round. They're coached by coaches who have no idea what they're doing. They think they just need to work that grind mode, and that's not it. That's not it. If you're just working, and your work is not actually leading to you to get better, then you're wasting a lot of time. Work hard. Work hard is definitely one thing, but you gotta be smart. You gotta know what you're doing, and that's why I enjoy this so much, is helping it, because I still like learning. I still train myself, still get coached, and learn different things and learn different methods and help people, because I didn't have that growing up, and I think it's important, especially for kids, getting them started young with training, with nutrition, with sleeping and building healthy habits. And then even myself, as I get older, now I'm 35 and helping people who are former washed up, never has been, never was, or even were good athletes, and building habits. And then people into their 50s or 60s or 70s starting out who have never trained before. And seeing their success gives me pride, and knowing that I played a little role. I can't change anyone's life. I can help them, but they ultimately have to make the choice to do it. And I love seeing a smile on the face when someone does their first pull-up or first push-up, or they come in and say, I was able to tie my shoes without feeling like crap or feeling aches and pains, or my knees feeling better. I can play with my kids now without aches and pains, or I can walk up the stairs without being out of breath. These different small things. It's not necessarily the success maybe the youth athletes see when they say, "Oh, I was able to hit my first home run," or we helped the team win a championship, or whatever it is. Knowing that I may have played a little bit of a role in that. I don't play a big role, because these kids are doing all the work. The people are doing all the work. They have the athletic talent, the ability. I don't like to take a lot of credit. I give them all the credit. I'll take all the blame. That type of thing, which a good coach should do. Again, I can't take all the blame, because I can't do the work for them. I can't play the games for them, that type of thing. But if I end up doing something that hurts them or gets them worse, that type of thing. But it can definitely help training, nutrition, sleep. It's mainly a big reason like why I do this is because I didn't have this. I didn't have this option or even know about it. This type of stuff, training, nutrition, growing up. And I want kids to have that. I want adults to have that. To know that just because your athletic career is over doesn't mean you need to be a lazy turd like I became. And if you are there, know that you can change that. You can start fresh. You can start new, start over, and build the life you want to live. I've done that. I've started over. Lost a job that I was making almost $100,000 a year, or I was on track to anyway. And then going to making no dollars for 6 months. Trying to interning again at age 28, and then building a business. It's not the most successful business, but I'm working hard. I'm doing the things I need to do to help people, and or help 5 people or 500 people. Just seeing them succeed and make small changes and habits that ultimately they can take with them for the rest of their lives, and ultimately live the life they want is rewarding for me. Yes, I want to make money. I want to make a lot of money, so I don't have to worry about am I going to be able to pay my bills and stuff like that. But it's that other aspect too. There's different reasons why I love this. Like I mentioned before, yes, I get to wear comfy clothes. I get to train, and it's part of my work. I get to eat food as part of my work. I get to help people as part of my work and seeing others succeed. But again, it falls back, a lot of it, to not having this growing up and throughout my journey from being a youth athlete, where I wish I would have had the training started young. I wish I would have started like gymnastics and stuff like that, like tumbling and stuff when I was younger. I wish I would have had good food, know about good food and training and stuff like that when I was younger, and sleep, how important sleep was when I was growing up and getting into college, and didn't do all this stupid decision. But making those decisions leads me to where I probably wouldn't be here if I made all those dumb decisions that I did in college and allowing myself to become a fat turd those years, because I probably wouldn't have, if I didn't step on the scale that day and see that 196 pounds and get that testosterone blood work done and see that it was at 37, I probably wouldn't have changed. And a lot of times it takes that moment, but a lot of times if you can start before you see that moment, you're going to be better off. If you start young and build and build and build and never make those stupid choices and start drinking and partying and all that dumb stuff that you do when you're young. But we do learn, hopefully you'll learn from a lot of these things like I did. And growing and helping, it's really why I like to do it. It's the enjoyment, the seeing a smile on a kid's face when they do a push-up for the first time, or that former athlete comes in at age 50 and they're finally able to bend down and touch their toes and tie their shoes and things like that. It's the reward and satisfaction of seeing others succeed and knowing that I have been able to play, might be like a minuscule role, but a little role in that. And that's why I enjoy it. That's why I love what I do. That's why I keep doing it, even though I haven't made the money that I need to yet. But I know that's going to come because I have focused on my mindset, my attitude, the things I do. Like Nick Saban said, I just made a post about this today as well, that before you can become it, you have to be it. And that just means you have to do the things that are necessary now to help become whatever it is you want to be. And I didn't do that when I was younger. I didn't do the training or the nutrition, and I got hurt. And so I didn't become the baseball player I wanted to be, or football player I wanted to be, basketball player I wanted to be, whatever it is. But now I'm working to do that with my health, being an athlete for life, being a coach, being a family person, a teacher, all these different things I have going on in my life. I am being it so I can ultimately become that athlete for life. And that's what I want for you. That's why I'm here to help. And that's just a little backstory on why I like coaching and why I love coaching, why I do what I do, and why I have Tag Performance and Nutrition. So hopefully that was interesting to you. Hopefully it didn't bore you too much with my little story. Hopefully something in there can relate. And maybe it's you see that oh, I don't feel good. I don't feel like I'm where I'm at. I need to change. And maybe this is something that helps you change. Because again, I can't change you. Even if you hire me to coach, as much as I would love to, I can't change you. Only you can change you. I can give you all the tools, the nutrition, help you build a training program that fits your lifestyle, help you get dial in habits that are going to help you move better, feel better, look better. But ultimately, you have to do the work. I can give you the tools, I can give you everything you need, but you have to do it. You have to be it before you can become an athlete for life. That is my message for you guys. Hopefully you helped. Again, like, subscribe, and get your new merch. So you can click the bonfire link in the description, and we will talk to you again soon. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful day.